Welcome back to BKP Politics on FYNTV.com. I am DA King sitting in for BKP. I'm enjoying it. I hope you are. I don't get a chance to talk to this many people. I'm used to speaking to rooms full of people when I can see their reaction and ask them to raise their hand and see if people are understanding or appreciating what I'm saying. My goal here, folks, is to educate people. And right now, for the next 15 minutes, my goal is to help kill a bill under the Gold Dome and to save a bill under the Gold Dome. And we've got a lot of people calling, but we need more people calling. And I'm going to ask you to make two simple phone calls here in a minute. Emily, would you please put up DA 94? I think I have my numbers right. Okay. Folks, this is very simple. It's unbelievable, but it's very simple. Right now, the state of Georgia does not have a law saying that the driver's licenses that we issue to foreign nationals is not acceptable and proper identification for photo ID at the polls. I'm going to say that again. We issue driver's licenses to foreign nationals, like you see on the top. And there's no law saying that it's not proper identification when you go to vote and are required to show photo ID. The only difference between the driver's license we're giving to foreign nationals and the one I have in my pocket is that little term on the top image there. It says limited term driver's license. Limited term simply means that the driver's license term expires when the visa of the driver's license bearer is. On the bottom is proposed language to be added to these driver's licenses, to make sure that poll workers don't get confused. There's a bill under the Gold Dome. It's House Bill 228. Emily, would you please put up, I lost it. We'll go with this now. House Bill 228 simply says that A, we're going to put something into law that says foreign nationals' voter ID or driver's license is not acceptable as voter ID. And we're going to add to the driver's license so that the poll workers, most of whom are volunteers, don't get confused. There's a call now video graphic. Emily, I am so sorry I've gotten confused, but there's a call now. I think try 93 or 94. Try 94. One minute, folks. I'm going to get this right. Call now. Try number 91, Emily. Forgive me, folks. I don't do this every day, and I'm sitting here in my home office. Try number 91, please, ma'am. 91 is simply a graphic, if I've done it correctly. And again, thank you, Emily, with a phone number on it. So I'm going to start in case we don't find it. We need to call Speaker David Ralston's office and leave a message with his staffer and ask them to put House Bill 228 on the floor for a vote. House Bill 228. There we go. Thank you, Emily. House Bill 228 will add that language we just saw. It'll make sure that nobody gets confused about a foreign national's driver's license being proper identification at the polls. It will also put into law something that stunningly is not there now, that simply says it's illegal, or at least unacceptable, to use that ID as presentation when you go to vote. House Bill 228 is probably not going to see a vote on the floor of the House because the Georgia Chamber of Commerce, the Atlanta Metro Chamber of Commerce, and a lot of other very, very big money groups do not want that to happen because they don't want to change the driver's license, because they want to make Georgia more friendly to foreign labor than less friendly. Excuse me, there is another bill. Please put up DA number 1000, Emily. There's another bill that we desperately want to see die. I'm sorry, 1000 is wrong, but while we're here, I'll go back. House Bill 228 is in this committee. House Bill 228, which would change the law on voter ID, is stuck in this special committee on election integrity. If you can believe it, the special committee created for election integrity is holding back a bill that would make sure that the driver's licenses for foreign nationals is not acceptable ID when we go to vote. And what Emily has here, you can find this on your own website. You can just go online and find the Georgia General Assembly and the name of this committee. But Emily, scroll up one more time. You can see the members. That top name, Barry Fleming, is a very nice man. He is the chair of the entire committee. You can go online and click that. You can call the committee office. Stop right there, Emily. 656-5105 is a number that you can call to leave a message with State Representative and Committee Chairman Barry Fleming to allow a vote. We want a vote on House Bill 228 for voter security. There's another bill. You can take that down, Emily. There's another bill that I may have gotten myself so confused on these graphics. For right now, we can just put up DA number 5, which is our website. There's another bill, folks. It's House Bill 120. House Bill 120 is from a state Republican in Dalton, Georgia, who wants to reward people in the country illegally with in-state tuition rates in the university. And people are probably thinking, oh, he said that yesterday. And he said it last week, and he was on with BKP. I did, and I'm going to say it again. I'm probably going to be saying it all day long, because the effort here is to give people in the country illegally a better, much better tuition rate in Georgia's public universities than we would give to an American or a legal immigrant who came to us and want to go to UGA or Georgia State or KSU, for example, from Michigan or Nebraska. It is a despicable bill, and it's not just that. Can we go to the Dustin Inman Society website? Emily, DIS, there we go. Scroll down, please, ma'am. Scroll down some more, down some more, down some more. Make it a little more so we can see the headline and the picture. There we go. Stop, scroll it down a little bit below my little caption. I'm sorry, scroll back up. Please forgive me. Stop right there. Okay. We have limited time left, folks. House Bill 120 had a hearing last Friday. I spoke against the bill in very forceful and very frustrated terms. House Bill 120 is so bad. It is so bad that the committee chairman, before the meeting started, would not give me a paper copy of the current version. He didn't want me to see it because he knows that I've been in the Capitol for years helping to write, draft, and pass legislation, and I know what goes on. He didn't want me to see the bill before the hearing started so that I couldn't do a coherent presentation when it came time for public comment. I probably didn't, but I got my points across. There was a long line of people in support of the bill, all of them funded in some way by corporate Georgia. They want desperately, as does the Georgia Chamber of Commerce and the Metro Atlanta Chamber of Commerce, they want to give these special tuition rates much lower, by a factor of 3 and 4, than Americans and legal immigrants get in our public university system. Scroll down a little bit more, please, ma'am. It was a bizarre day in that, partially because of COVID, a committee meeting under the Gold Dome, if you've never been, is normally everybody's in one room. They start a meeting, but you hear from the person who's doing the bill, the sponsor. Excuse me. He explains the bill. Committee members ask questions about the bill. They inspect it, they take it apart, they make suggestions, and they generally make sure that it's figuratively roadworthy. And then there are witnesses allowed to speak who give their input on the bill, and they have lobbyists who will urge the bill to be passed. Well, not giving somebody a copy of the bill beforehand is pretty much a dirty trick. Here is the angle on this bill. State Representative Casey Carpenter, throughout his presentation, told the committee that this would apply to Daca recipients. Daca is a deferred action for childhood arrivals amnesty that Barack Obama illegally put in place in his re-election campaign in 2012. What it does, it gives a blanket program to people who present evidence that they were brought here as youngsters. And I have a certain amount of sympathy for that. Brought here illegally by their parents. So they are in fact illegal aliens who have grown up here in Georgia, and now it's time to go to college. The thing about the bill, I'm in my house, and that noise you hear is the trash guy. By the way, I like the ad here on BKP Politics for the young man in his trash service a lot. The angle on the bill is that it's being presented as being for Daca students. The truth of the matter that the word Daca never appears anywhere in this bill. This article that I have put up, I urge you to read. Go to the DustinInmanSociety.org. Please scroll up so people can see the top of the website, Emily. Go to the DustinInmanSociety.org, folks, and I beg of you to read. You can scroll back down now. To read the article that I have written. And when I write, I go down a little bit further, a little bit further. If you can see, I put links into my articles because very often people, that's good. People, thank you, Emily. People read these articles and they say, oh my goodness, this can't be true. I don't know if I trust what this man is saying because I never heard this before. Well, you never heard a lot of this before, folks, because you're not supposed to hear it. The liberal media doesn't want you to know most of what goes on, under the gold dome. Neither, by the way, do most Republicans, or many Republicans, not most. That's not fair. I correct myself. But I put links in here so that you can say, oh my goodness, that can't be true, or I didn't know this. You can click on this link when you read these articles online and get a huge education that you're not going to get anywhere else. I want to say it one more time. Casey Carpenter's bill, House Bill 120, House Bill 120, would give in-state tuition, much lower in-state tuition. The rates are lower than we give to Americans and legal immigrants from most other states. We give it to the illegal aliens, and he's claiming that they are DACA recipients. Excuse me. To me, it wouldn't matter if they were, but the fact of the matter is DACA appeared nowhere in either of the two versions of his law. Now, they're having another hearing today at 1 o'clock, the House Higher Education Committee. You can watch it online. I urge you to do that. I can't go today, but you can watch it. It's not impossible that he has somehow inserted this message. It doesn't change the fact that DACA recipients are illegal aliens. DACA in no way changes the illegal status. It's a lot to soak up, I know, and I had to talk quick because we're out of time. I hope I get to do this again. I want to extend my gratitude and sincere thanks to BKP for giving me this opportunity. We're going to go now. This is the end. Thank you for watching BKP Politics on FYNTV.com. I'm D.A. King, sitting in for BKP, and he'll be back tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Thank you very much for watching.